Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of talking about maps. So if you're into orienting, hunting, or hiking, obviously the best maps for you is gonna be a topographical map. I have to go into the swamp. I wanna say this week or next week. I wanna go check up on my trail cams. So the maps that I use for the area I'm gonna be going into are very simple, and I have them here. I wanna share them with you guys. Looks like this. So if you ever visited South Florida and ever come to our national parks or national preserves, this is the type of stuff that they hand out. And believe it or not, for myself as a hunter, this is actually a very simple map that I like to use. So I'm gonna talk about them. All right, guys. So whenever you come down to South Florida and you go to the Everglades, this is actually the pamphlets that they have, and I actually use these for the map. It's a very, very, very basic map. But let me show you what this looks like at first, and I'm kind of gonna hope that you're gonna like it. And if you don't like it, don't worry about it. Just lie to me and tell me you did anyways. So this is actually a really good area for hunting the big cypress. And I'll talk to you a little bit about some of the animals that they have out there. So the pamphlets look like this. Here in the Everglades, the boardwalks are actually very nice to walk through. I recommend everyone go to them. So this is actually how our terrain looks like. I'm gonna talk a little bit about these. They're really neat. And I'm gonna post some pictures from what I found in the past so you can see the deer beds, how the deer actually make their beds around here in this area. This red line that I'm tracing, this is your Tamiami Trail right here. Tamiami Trail is also called Highway 41. And this is where you also find the famous Calle Ocho. So whenever you hear of the Calle Ocho festival, this is where it happens on, but this is on the west coast of Florida. Calle Ocho Festival, you won't be able to see it on the map, but it's way down this way, going towards the east coast, going towards the Miami Beach area. What we talk about for a second was this area. I'm gonna go get my cameras sometime this week or next week over here, but what this map is not showing you is actually this right here. This one was taken at a lot closer. So this one picks up on all of this right here. These are what you call heads and hammocks. These tiny little green ones are islands in the making. Those are your heads. And these long ones here are your hammocks, or as the Native Americans call them, hummocks. And this is all sediment. And the reason why they're all shaped like this is because Central Florida runs the water from Lake Okeechobee all the way through South Florida. And then it dumps out in the Florida Bay. So as the sediment accumulates to make you the islands, they're actually all gonna be shaped in this direction because of the flow of the water. So anyways, that right there is actually going to be right in here. But this map doesn't show it, so my cameras are actually hidden in here, and we're gonna go look for them. Aside from just being a swamp, what is some of the cool wildlife you can find out there? Well, I'll show you. This is actually an American alligator. And no, I did not steal him from the Everglades. I actually own him. He's my pet. I have a permit through the state of Florida that does let me have these guys in my house legally as pets. So don't freak out and don't be bothered or think that I'm stealing animals from nature. I'm not. I actually went to a farm and paid $50 for him when he was 2 weeks old, and he is now 3 years old. So these little guys are very common out here in this area that I like to go around at. This is your American alligator. And they almost became extinct at one point, but they made a huge comeback. I think we have right now over 2.1 million alligators, or 1.2 million gators. I don't really remember the statistics. And he's not too friendly, as you can hear the hissing. But these guys are very common to find out there in the swamp. Okay, buddy, come on. Let's take you back home. We'll put you back in your enclosure, okay? Say goodbye to the camera, okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. When it comes to how I navigate the Everglades over here, what I like to do, and I'm gonna actually make a video of it so you can see what it looks like, but I'm giving you a heads up on it. I like to use the dirt trail itself. So I come through Highway 41 or the Tamiami Trail or Southwest 8th Street. This actual red line has 3 different names. And I come right over here into Loop Road and I head north. Once I'm over here, what I like to do is I like to go ahead and put my vehicle on the road. And I would actually shoot a bearing into my vehicle. So what I would do is I take my compass. And right now, the map is not oriented north and neither is my compass. So for this video purpose, I'll try to make it come out good. And I hope it does come out good. I would like to orient my compass first. So that's north. Okay. Let me orient my map. Okay, here we go. Now my map is facing north and my compass is facing north. What I will do is I will park my vehicle in here. I'm gonna get outside of my vehicle. I'm gonna orient myself north with my compass. And as I'm standing next to my vehicle, I'm gonna realize that to the right side of my vehicle is east and it's 90 degrees east. So I'm gonna go ahead and orient my compass like this. 90 east. And I'm gonna leave it just like this. So what I'm gonna do is I take off from the vehicle in through the swamp and I'll see my little friends, the alligators, and maybe you'll get lucky and find some water snakes or Burmese pythons. But we do have white-tailed deer in this area. And you also have cats like Florida panthers. And I'll go in this area and I'll go ahead and go look for my trail cams. And then whenever I'm done looking for all of my trail cams, for me to go ahead and find my way back to my vehicle, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and start turning my body with this compass until the red line is inside the doghouse. So as I do this, looking for that doghouse, bam, I've now found myself to be 90 degrees east. I'm gonna go ahead and look at this arrow and I'm gonna look straight ahead and pick out a spot and I'm gonna walk all the way to that spot. And when I get to that spot, I'm gonna go ahead and get my compass, reorient myself until I'm at 90 degrees. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep walking forward until I get to my new spot. And I'm gonna keep doing that. And pretty much from anywhere in here, I'm gonna end up making my way back to my vehicle. This is how I do it with a compass. You can just get off the road and go anywhere you like. And then whenever you are done, you can just grab a compass, leave it in north like this, and you can start turning your body to where you're angled in the north direction. And then don't worry about the north, start walking in the east direction. And wherever you're at in here, you're gonna end up on the road. But the problem is you're not gonna end up back at your vehicle. But it's okay, because you're not gonna get lost. You can just get back to the road and then just walk back to the vehicle. I took the liberty of writing some numbers down. And I'm gonna leave it like this. And then I'll show you something else. When it comes to map scales, a lot of people, they don't pay attention to this right here. What a lot of people will do is they'll grab a protractor and they'll look for a map scale. And then let's say that their map scale is 1 in 24,000. They're gonna go ahead and grab their protractor and they're gonna look for whatever box is a 1 in 24,000 and they work off of that. But if you like the numbers or don't know much about the numbers, the way they work is very easy. This number 1 right here represents 1 inch. Okay? And then this 24,000 right here represents 24,000 inches. 1 inch, 62,500 inches. 1 inch, 250,000 inches. 1 inch, 1 million inches, right? So pretty much these numbers are different because when the map was getting done, it was getting done from different heights and it changes the scale itself. Okay, so what I wanted to show you guys was something very interesting when it comes to map scales and inches. Let's say you have a map that's a 1 in 24,000 inches. What this actually represents is, you can grab your compass or a ruler, doesn't necessarily have to be the compass, and you can say that you are, and I'm gonna make this up, okay? Let's say that you are right, I'll just make a point up. Let's say that you are right here. And now you actually want to go from here to here. I'm going to go ahead and draw a line just to make it more readable. So here's your point A, here's your point B. You just want to travel in this direction. But on your map is 1 in 24,000, right? If you want to know actually how far you are from the map, you can grab your compass, look for the one that's in inches, and I'm going to measure from here to here, and we are almost at 1.5 inches, right? Well, the way this 1 in 24,000 works is if you start from here and you end up walking a total of 24,000 inches in this direction, you actually have traveled on the map from here to right here, and you are almost at your destination. Let's say that your map is 1 in 62,500. It's gonna be the same concept. If you start from here and you walk 62,500 inches over here, on a map, it just pretty much means that you've only traveled, there you go, 1 inch. So they're different in how they're designed. Whenever they make the maps, they'll give you the scales. The only thing that I didn't like about the map scales is that it's done like this in inches. So if you would like to know feet, there's different ways to tell. You can count with a step, or you can count with a double step. So every second step, you can go ahead and figure out how many feet you've been walking. What you can do is you can bring a laser rangefinder and you can laser your target from here to, let's say, right here. And let's say a laser rangefinder gives you 200 yards. Well, you still want to know how many feet you're walking, but it gave you 200 yards. So just multiply 200 by 3 and it's pretty much 600 feet. So you can go ahead and record it. So from here to here, you walked 600 feet. And now you can laser target again from where you're at to the next target. let's say this one is 450. So multiply 450 by 3 and add it to the 600, and you're now knowing how many feet you're walking. That's the only one thing I don't like about the scales. So what I did was I actually converted them myself on the internet. That's why I covered this up. And here you go. A 1 in 24,000 will give you 0.378 of a mile. 62,500 will give you 0.986 of a mile. 250,000 inches will give you 3.945. And 1 million will give you 15.783 miles. Now, when it comes to maps, even though this is an accurate reading, when you're reading maps, it's not really too important to be as accurate. So what I did was I rounded it up to the next one. So we can say that a map scale of 1 in 24,000 can be, you actually walked half a mile in distance to be able to move 1 inch on your map. And then the next half a mile you walk can be another inch. And then the next half a mile you walk can be another inch, and so forth and so on until you get to your spot. If the map is a 1 in 62,500, you already know for every 1 mile you walk, you only move 1 inch on the map. If the map is 1 in 1 million, oof, that's pretty long. For every 16 miles of land that you cover, only moves 1 inch on the map. So I'm just showing you what it looks like right here. However, I am gonna have to go back in here in person and then go ahead and show you guys this terrain right here, what it looks like. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about the map scales, and give you a quick little overview of how I do when I'm out here in the Everglades. And because this is a simple map. So if you guys are ever down in South Florida, feel free to go ahead and pick up one of these maps if you visit the Everglades and do some exploring. I'm telling you right now, I've done this for 10 plus years and I love the Everglades. One of my favorite spots to be at, to get away from everyone. So guys, this is going to be it for this video. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to watch this. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Wonderful evening.